welcome to my channel. I'm back today with a full coverage 24-hour wear matte sweat-proof foundation routine. I am showing you today literally step by step what I do. I also throughout the entire video pretty much give you little tips here and there. We actually do have a sponsor for today's video. This video is sponsored by Lancome. I am featuring my baby, my favorite, the Lancome Teint Idol foundation. I have featured this foundation so many times and I have it in like a million different shades, but that is what I'm going to be using today to show you my full foundation routine. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I'm going to start off with the skin. I'm going to do my hair afterwards. I literally just got out of the shower. I do not have anything on my skin. I am going to moisturize with a nice moisturizer. This one has actually been my go-to as of lately. It's the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm. Looks just like this. I also want to add some sunscreen. Tula Protect and Glow Daily Sunscreen Gel. This is a really lightweight sunscreen. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it, so just keep that in mind. It's going to leave your skin very glowy. If you don't like that look, you won't like this, but I personally do. Okay, my brows are on and we can move straight into the foundation part. And of course, I'm using my tried and true Lancome Teint Idol foundation. This is an ultra wear formula, perfect for summer. It has a 24-hour color and wear. It's transfer resistant. The finish is so beautiful. It just looks incredible on the skin, and the finish is so nice for summertime. I would say it has about like a natural matte finish, and it's medium to full-ish coverage. You can definitely build this up, which I'm going to show you. And building up your foundation, I think, is so key for summer makeup because you don't want to go in with a lot of product at once. You want to start off slow and kind of layer it up. And then they do have a stick version of this too, which I've tried the stick version in the one that they had before. So I'm looking forward to using this one. I'm trying to see if it's the same as the other stick foundation that I have. It looks the same, just now it has a kabuki brush included and it no longer has SPF. So I'm hoping that makes the formula even better, but that is what the stick looks like. And then it has a kabuki brush on this side. I've heard that this is good for, for cream contouring. So I want to get a deeper shade for that. But for today, I am going to be using the liquid just because this one's the one I'm most familiar with. And I'm using the shade 410 Bisque W. That's been my shade for so long. I've gone a few times to try to get shade matched to a different one just to see if maybe there's a better one for me. And this one just does it for me. So going on the back of a beauty blender. And where's my mirror? Ooh. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to put too much in one area, but all I'm doing is kind of spreading this out. Yeah, I think that's good. Everywhere. Okay, so this other shade that I had in my drawer is 370 Bisque W. This one is nice, but you can see it's kind of a little bit too warm for me. So I'm just going to take some of the 370. And add that on top. But I did a thin layer of the 410. Yeah, and you can see my glow is still peeking through, and you can still see a little bit of the pigmentation in my skin, which is fine because usually I double up on the foundation for this because it is buildable yet skin-like. You don't have to do this if you don't like to double up for summertime, but I like full coverage all year round. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that. And yeah, I should have mixed them, but I think this will still work. Okay, the base is on. The color's a little better. You're gonna see it's gonna even out at the end anyway. So then for concealer, I'm going to go ahead and use this Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium. And I like this shade because it helps to conceal rather than do a bunch of highlighting. For me, I just prefer more of a concealed under eye. Sometimes I'll add brightness to it, but for the most part, I like to keep it pretty close to my skin tone. Pretty much all of the products I'm using in this video too are mattifying or long lasting in some shape or form. The thing for me that I try to do is find really good products that are matte but not too drying on my skin either. I don't want it to look powdery because during the summertime that just doesn't look good on my skin. So then once I have my, I'll do my bronzer first and then we'll set and then we'll go ahead and continue. Actually, you know what? No, we'll set now. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Setting Spray. This is so good to lock in the makeup. So I'm actually going to do this before going in with my cream bronzer and anything else. Just like that. And then I use my mirror as a fan. So then let's do some cream contouring. Cream products are a must-have for me in the summer. Again, they look more like skin. And I'm using this Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 11. Little tip, if you are like me and you tend to need a little bit more coverage around your cheek area, use a foundation or like a foundation stick or a concealer to cream contour. And the reason why I say that is because foundations and concealers add coverage, whereas a bronzing stick sometimes doesn't. And I go in with the bronzer. If you're new here, if you just stumbled across this video, just a heads up, we bronze it up over here. Let's do a little bit of a liquid blush. This is the Rare Beauty liquid blush in Joy. It's this really pretty corally liquid blush. And a little bit of this goes a very long way. So I'm just going to put a little dot and a little dot. And whatever is left after I blend this out, I'm going to use to put some on my nose. For summer, I like doing a very sun-kissed look that also kind of gives it more of a natural appearance. So I want it to look kind of like I was out in the sun, like I was tanning, or like I'm just sun-kissed. The powder I'm using is this Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 10 Fair Light. This has been a go-to drugstore powder for me. I haven't found anything like this as of yet. The finish is really nice. I've also tested this with flash photography, like if you're gonna be out for summer dinner nights or whatever the case may be. If you're kind of worried about flash photography, this I have not experienced any flashback with. So that's a plus. And it does have more of a yellowy tint to it. Hopefully, yeah, there you go. You can see that. So it's not a super bright white. I tend to also get oily right here. So as beautiful as the skin looks before setting, I actually love the way my makeup looked before powder, but if I don't set my face, I'm gonna look like a hot mess. But after a few hours, I will actually get this effect, or I should say this effect right here, just with my natural oils and not as much. Even though it looks like I'm completely making this a matte makeup look, after a few hours, it ends up looking really pretty. So just keep that in mind. And then my lids too. And then after that, that is it. So I'm not putting any of this powder on my cheeks. I'm not putting any under here just yet. And I'm also taking a little bit of that powder on a blending brush, tapping off the excess and using this to set my brows. So kind of under here, I tend to get a little bit oily, and up here. And I do it very lightly because if not, my brows end up getting messed up. But I want to make sure that my brows are kind of locked in place too. I think that looks good. And it kind of softens up the brows too. So then of course we got to set the rest of the face. Since I only set my T-zone, if I were to leave it like this, it would look, you can see, exactly where I set it and where I have my bronzer. So we need to make everything nice and even. So I'm using this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder as a bronzer. Once again, using a powder as a bronzer or a powder foundation as a bronzer is going to add coverage a little bit while also bronzing. So it's kind of a 2-in-1. And I've been doing this for so long, and it's honestly my favorite way to bronze. And you can see that's taking away any additional shine because this powder is matte. And by the way, this is the shade 330 Toffee. And this is exactly why I did not set my bronzer with the translucent powder, because then I would have been putting a powder on that area and then going in with a bronzing powder, and that would have been double powder. So instead, I leave that part dewy while I do my translucent powder everywhere else. And then with a bronzing powder, that takes away the dewiness and it bronzes at the same time. So just a little trick. The skin's nice and matte. It's looking bronzy. It's just giving what it needs to give. And I am going to put a little bit of powder bronzer on top of that, just because you can see my, not bronzer, blush, sorry, because you can already see the blush kind of hit underneath that bronzer I just put on top. This one is the Pat McGrath Divine Blush. I just posted a haul. I either just posted a haul or I'm posting it after this video, a few days after, but this is the Pat McGrath Divine Blush in Blush Electric Bloom, and I feature this blush in that video, but this is my first time using it, and if I can open it, it looks very pretty. I don't think I have a blush like this. It is a really bright coral blush. Oh, that's pretty. It's giving bridal blush. Maybe. That's pretty. You can see I've added quite a few things on my face, and it still doesn't look like it's super cakey or super intense. It still kind of looks very pretty and more natural-ish. So then we are going to do a little bit of this MAC Whisper of Guilt Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and putting that only on my Cupid's bow and on my nose. I am not highlighting up here. I'm not highlighting the forehead. Maybe I'll do a little forehead, but not any glow here, because I'm telling you, oily skin, I don't need to put it in that area. Sometimes it's fun to do if I just want instant glow on the spot, but if I want my makeup to last all day, that is not the way to go for me. So just putting some of that on the nose to give the nose some glow, and to the Cupid's bow. And then I am gonna do some actually in here. This is pretty much the foundation. I am gonna add on some lashes, a lip color, and I'll tell you guys like what I use. But for the base, this right here is it. We have a little bit of blush happening, a lot of bronzer going on. What I do want to do actually, and this is optional, but I feel like I kind of need a little chiseling on my cheeks. So again, this is optional, but I feel like I kind of went too low with the bronzer. In the meantime, actually, we can do the lip color. So I'll kind of show you what I'm using. Patrick Tall Lip Pencil in Oh, She's Single. liquid lip, I am using this Dose of Colors. Finally, the fridge turned off. This Dose of Colors Let's Cuddle liquid lipstick. This is a very matte liquid lip. Now this one I recommend to use if you're like my skin tone. Definitely use a lip liner because on its own it might be too light. Literally just a little bit. Cheeks are about to be snatched. Again, using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I need to sneeze. If you do a matte lip, and you did something like me to where you only highlight in certain areas and you kind of feel like you need a little pop of something, you can always add a gloss, and adding a gloss is going to make your lips look juicy. It's going to add a little bit of va-va-voom to your look rather than it being matte all the way around. However, keep in mind that after a few hours, once your oils start to peek through your makeup, if you're wearing a gloss, that can easily make you look overall very glowy and a little bit more oily. Whereas if you wear a matte lip, so for example, if you're gonna go out somewhere, start off with a gloss when your face is like this, it's a little bit more matte. And then when you start to get a little bit more oily after a few hours, change to a matte lip, and that automatically makes your makeup look a little bit more polished. Trust me, try it. It just works. For right now, I am going to leave it like this and put on some lashes off camera, do my hair, and then I'll come back and see if I need a little bit of lip gloss. All right, here's how I look with everything put together, and I think it came out really nice. The foundation just looks so good. I am going to pop on a little bit of lip gloss, but I wanted to show you how it looks with the lashes and the earrings and the top and everything without adding a gloss, just so you can see if you prefer to wear it with a matte lip or with a gloss. But this is how it looks. Love it. And I am going to add just a tiny bit of gloss because I feel like I kind of need it. And this is going to give it that pop that it needs. See, it just, adding a lip gloss makes you look overall a lot more golden and glowy. I don't know what it is, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of me sharing my step-by-step full coverage, long lasting sweat-proof foundation routine featuring my favorite, the Lancome Teint Idol foundation. Thank you again to Lancome for sponsoring today's video. Let me know if you enjoyed, the step-by-step like I said. And also let me know if you guys want me to do I'm thinking of doing a summer get ready with me video. I'm talking makeup, hair, outfit. So if you guys are into that, I feel like I gotta see if you guys are into like the makeup looks again, because I know for a while there we were kind of into more vlogs and more lifestyle stuff, but I can definitely sprinkle in more get ready with me videos if you guys would like them. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope you guys are excited for this summer and to be out in the sun and at the beach and getting tan and doing all of the beautiful makeup looks now that some of us might be showing our face a little bit more finally. But like I said, thank you guys for tuning in and spending a part of your day with me. I love you all, los quiero mucho, and I will see you all in my next video.